So hey guys, my name's Kyle. We're currently in Manali, India, and welcome to The Great Escape. Manali is typically visited by tourists and foreigners between May and October during the year, just because it's warm, because there is a lot of elevation. During the winter, a lot of these peaks are snow-capped. So that being said, most of the year you do have the ability to go skiing and snowboarding down the mountains. Along with it, when you're here not during monsoon season, which is July through beginning of September, you're able to go paragliding and zorbing, which is very popular. However, I'm unfortunately here during that time, so that's shut down, along with, I believe, whitewater rafting. So if you show up during monsoon season, this is typically just a place to go backpacking for a couple of days. One of the people I shared an auto with after getting off of the bus from Rishikesh here was doing a 6-day hike, while I'm planning on doing a 2-day hike, which, provided this works out correctly, I'm gonna have that video uploaded before this video. So here's to hoping that works. So because Manali is much more mountainous, as you can see, this whole area has a bunch of these small winding paths that take you around places. So getting around in this town is a little difficult because not everything is posted on the map, because these aren't really roads. They're just kind of sidewalks put between the houses that lead you somewhere. Alright, so it's a little early right now and all the shops aren't open, but I'll come back through later with this when the shops are open. But one of the things that's interesting is Manali is derived from the Sanskrit phrase Manu Alaya, which means the residence of Manu, and that's why, as I'll show you later in this video, there's this temple for Manu downtown. Past that, this is a very common place with backpackers from Israel, so it's very common to see Hebrew posted on a lot of the signs in town. Manali is divided into two parts. There's Old Manali, which is where my hostel is, and then there's New Manali, which is pictured right here. New Manali has a bit more of the westernized, industrial, capitalistic feel. You know, with shopping centers all over the place, big signs, flashy things to look at, where Old Manali has more of a traditional feel for India. Located right behind me is the temple of Lord Manu, considered to be the first human on the planet, direct incarnation of Lord Brahma. And as an interesting fun fact, the word for human in Sanskrit, which is the language that the Hindu epic, the Mahabharata, was written in, the word for human was Manu VII, which means child of Manu. Inside the temple, it's requested that you don't take photography or any videos, so I'll just be talking about it from out here. But Lord Manu looks something like this image right here, and then these next few. So one of the great stories about Lord Manu is how the flood happened, and there was this one small fish that he found in the river that was talking to him, and said that I am the great Lord, and I am here to warn you about this flood that's going to happen, and you need to take care of me so I can protect you. So he brings the fish home, he builds a boat, and in the process of building a boat, the fish gets bigger and bigger to the point where it gets larger than the bowl it's in, so he puts it in a bigger aquarium, and then ultimately he puts it inside the river, which is very similar to a child's story that I remember reading, or having my parents read me. So anyway, after the Great Flood happens, Lord Manu gets on the boat with, I believe it's 9 seeds, and then 2 of every animal, and ties the boat to a mountain after floating around for a while. And then after the boat lands, he does this milk and cheese sacrifice into the river where he pours them in, and then a year later the river gives birth to a woman who's known as the daughter of Manu, and him and her repopulate the world, similar to Adam and Eve. Okay, so one of the popular things to do in Manali is go hiking. So I'm going to take you down this unmarked trail because one of the places I was recommended to go look while I'm out here via Google was actually a space where there's a group of people living, and I was not about to go interrupt their house for the sake of a picture. So, per usual, if you haven't seen my video about getting lost on the top of a mountain, or if you have seen it, you'd know that I have a certain affinity to walking down unmarked trails. So I'll leave you guys the GPS coordinates to this trail in the location if you are interested in doing this, because it's not listed anywhere else, but here I'll show you the view at the bottom. Alright, so here's the view from the bottom. The trees are actually really, what's the correct word? Coniferous? Yeah, I believe the ones with the pines. And it reminds me a lot of the east coast of the United States, especially with the, way the mountains are shaped over here. But when Britain started colonizing India, they planted a bunch of apple trees, which was one of the claims to fame of Manali. Wow, I can't even begin to express how difficult it is to take a picture in India without someone else in the shot. But this was worth walking off the beaten path on a bunch of rocks. To get to the spot, you walk down the Shnag Rd past the Himalayan Ecstasy Spa, and then you walk down the trail. It's about 150 meters past the spa on the right-hand side, and you go down to the Bees River, and you get a wonderful view of the valley. Across the river from Old Manali is the Manali Nature Park. It has a cover fee of 20 rupees to get in. Now, I'm not typically a fan of parks that you have to pay to get into, just because I think public land should be public. But that being said, for the 30 cents that you pay to get in, this is a wonderful area that's exceptionally clean, serene, and oh man, you get a wonderful breath of just fresh air, surrounded by these giant trees that I'm assuming probably tower almost as tall as redwoods do. So while I'm here, I'm staying at the Orchards House Hostel, which is about $3.50 US a night. It has wonderful artwork on the outside. When you first get here, you're greeted by this picture of the Alice in Wonderland signs. It's a very friendly and travel-oriented community. This is the room that I'm staying in. It's got 4 beds in total. It has a pretty nice bathroom. It's about standard with India to have the shower and the toilet be the exact same room. Just right there with the drain on the floor. But the part that really makes this is the absolutely gorgeous view that you get stepping right onto your balcony. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I was just wondering, is there something you thought I did really well in this video? Something that I should have explained better? Something I should spend more time on? Please put a comment below letting me know what I should, work towards in the next videos that I do, so that way the experience is, great for everyone, because for me, I'm just living my life exploring what I wanted to and going on the pilgrimage I felt like, but at the same time, this is meant to be my own growth reflected through a collective practice that you guys are able to enjoy. So if there's something I can better explain or you'd like to see me spend more time on in these videos, please let me know, so that way I can, try to give you the same experience walking away from this video as I am walking away from India. Thank you.